openers.
So our friend Native Patriot and his co-host Steve Loves Ammo apparently were both swatted in this last week, and it's it's crazy. It's making its way down its ranks, and I can't help but wonder if I should make a call. And Atlas, you should maybe make a call to your local sheriff's department or whoever, and say, hey, look, we're in the space, because who knows? You know, I mean, look, my phone number is in Native Patriot's phone, and they stole his phone number, and we're about to check. Well, I'll just show you what they did to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear ding dong, here in a couple of seconds. Like, oh shit.
Right, and apparently he lives, kind of off the beaten path. So this is pretty wild for it to happen to him. Let's see here.
Yeah. Well, most importantly, too, he's quoting Dan Bongino, which people are still upset that like not enough has been done about the swatting, because there was, I can't remember exactly how long ago, but there was a string of swattings that happened to like, and we covered it, right? It was like Owen Schroyer, Chase Geiser, I think Harrison Smith, and then a group of all these other conservative pundits. I think Steve Loves Ammo was also,
I think Cat Turd
too. Yeah, and Cat Turd, and I think Marjorie Taylor Greene as well. And again, but nothing was happened. And you also have to understand though too, like the difficulty of chasing down swatters when you have like generative AI, and you can have kind of automated systems that do it with like fake voices, so like nobody ever actually really made a call, and it becomes super hard to track, and they immediately get thrown into the federal jurisdiction because it's more than likely but over state lines, and so it's already thrust out of local municipalities. And so it's just a rough situation, but it's like it's not stopping, and I really don't think we have a good solution to prevent swatting.
No, unfortunately I don't think so either. And Native Patriot even counters. It was just in the comments on one of his posts. Somebody mentions that they need to vet swattings and make the person who's calling give their identification. And Native Patriot jumped in and said, "No, that's not what we need. There could be people that actually call 911 and need help. So that's not a solution." I found that rather noble. But you see that he posted here on Dan Bongino's post that him and Steve Loves Ammo, his co-host, were both swatted within 24 hours of each other. They posted that 23 hours ago, but that was in response to Dan Bongino's post that said, "Swatting is deadly serious. The potential for serious injury or death is high. I've asked our team to double efforts to locate the people and or groups behind it. I'm on the road in our I'm on the road in our field offices, handling other sensitive matters, but I'll be monetizing, got monetizing stuck on my head. I'll be monitoring progress, and I hope to have some updates soon." And so then Native Patriot actually reposted that and said, "Dan, I just got swatted last night and currently getting a shit ton of deliveries done with my phone number all around the country." And you can just see he's basically scrolling here, and it's all messages from DoorDash and Domino's Pizza and Pizza Hut and every pizza place you can think of. And it's so-and-so's in your neighborhood will arrive shortly. Your delivery driver's on the way. All this type of stuff. It's a 43-second video of him just scrolling. And what Native Patriot ended up doing was he was trying to let me find the post here.
Because he got hold of DoorDash directly, right?
Yeah, well, he was trying to. Here it is. He updated and said 8 accounts under my phone number, and they said they can't do anything about it, and they hung up on me again. He's talking about DoorDash, and he's calling DoorDash asking for help, trying to, prevent these delivery drivers from wasting their time, wasting the food, however all that stuff goes. And I got to admit, I don't really use DoorDash. It's expensive to get stuff to come out to my house, and not any of the local places really deliver. Just fast food isn't close to me really. I got a Dairy Queen that's in part of a gas station, and that's it really. But Like I said, I got the Wendy's. I told you guys about the Wendy's. It'll close on a Saturday because nobody shows up to work. So I don't even act like that place is here. He followed up and said that DoorDash told him that they can't blacklist his phone number, and then they hung up on him after saying just contact the stores. So they're acting like the burden was on him to call all of these stores that had been had orders made in his phone number and tell them, hey, cancel this, not me. And it's just like, it's not even a possibility, right?
Right.
Is somebody asked him who pays for these orders. I don't DoorDash, but I assume the person who ordered must pay in advance. No, and he said, nope, it's pay on delivery. So it's literally the drivers getting screwed over, and that's a part of what he was concerned about too. He wasn't just worried about himself, his phone number and everything like that. He was, talking about, he's thinking about the drivers too. They're wasting their time, their money, their gas, everything, all for nothing.
Right.
Let's see here. What else did he say? Let me just go to his account because he posted quite a bit about it. Thought I didn't have it pulled up already. I just told myself I'd come back to it. So he mentions here, which by the way, he did start a YouTube channel. You guys should check it out. It's same name that he uses, Native Patriot, or it might be Law Native Patriot. But yeah, he's on YouTube now. He's over on Rumble. So is this show. But he said, in this post, the craziest part about the whole swatting harassment crap, I live in the woods. I work 50 hours a week changing tires. Podcasting is such is my hobby. And this made him mad enough to target me. So seems I've touched a nerve. I pray I can hone in on that nerve and expose whatever evil they're mad I'm exposing. F commies, you can't stop this movement. It's not me, it's you. I just exposed your evil deeds, and I'm not first, and I won't be the last. Get bent. God wins in the end. It's a great post. And then let's see here. He's been posting. He had some other stuff in here.
It's unfortunate too, because he recently announced like he was going to start stepping away from all this stuff because he wasn't making enough money until he kind of restructured what he was doing with his channels and stuff. Then you have this happen when you're trying to walk away from it. It's like, that's gotta suck.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then here's a follow-up. He said, good news, orders are being canceled before they have to call me. My number is being blacklisted. This onslaught will slow now. And so he shared a screenshot that's saying his order's been canceled. I liked this post. He posted this picture here of some chickens with a rooster in the middle. And I thought this was pretty cool. I'll read part of it. Recently becoming the target of a swatting drives me... Recently becoming the target of a swatting drives me to bring... Why do I keep trying to say bring or being instead of bring, but whatever. Drives me to bring back this story of Bartholomew, my old rooster. What you do first... Oh my goodness, I can't read all of a sudden. I'm dyslexic. Let me call RFK.
You graduated high school at least.
I'm a high school graduate. I was hooked on phonics. Okay, so what do you notice first when you look at this photo? There's one thing that sticks out more than the others, and that's the rooster, Bartholomew. The hens tend to look identical to each other to blend in, not with their background, but with each other. It's harder for predators to single one of them out. It's just when it's just a blob of hens. But they will still get picked off one by one if allowed. This has been the silent majority over the past couple of decades, blending in with each other and not being too loud as to attract predators, keeping their heads down, hoping the commies may pass you by. Fealty will not save you. When you enter the public sphere of politics and you disagree with the current narrative, you then become the target, a responsibility that must be accepted in order to initiate change. Stop being a hen. Be bold like Bartholomew. Steadfast in your beliefs and understand that becoming a target is part of the process. Peace through strength. Peace will never happen Peace will never happen through compromising with evil. That's just obedience. Evil will never retreat willingly. It must be beaten back. My words, my message is not reckless, and I do not wish to bring harm upon myself or my family, but my message resonates with many, and exposes the evil. Excuse me, and exposes the evil already embedded in our society, lurking deep down, and will randomly strike at the weak or unexpected. Bartholomew wasn't afraid to stick out from all the others because he understands his own role. He is the protector. He crows each morning to let these MFers know, I'm here. If you want my hens, you have to come through me. Not every story ends happy. Bartholomew is now in Rooster Valhalla after dying to protect his flock. His mentality was right, though. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Give me liberty or give me death. Protect your flock. It's your responsibility. God bless you all, and God bless America. And so I thought that was great. I love the noble rooster story. And I got a rooster that looks just like this dude. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, so
But,
I'm trying to listen to this like great story, and you have text in here saying he had hooked on a ebonics when he went to school one time, and then TNT says, "Damn, it's this RFK reading." Like I'm trying to listen to a good heartwarming story over
guys are
here.
killing.
But that
It's
was
all right.
funny.
It's
I
all
had
right.
to mute myself.
I think I read better than most high school graduates. So the problem is, which is it's a blessing, is I've developed my reading skills to where I read like 3 or 4 words ahead of what's coming out of my mouth, but my eyes skip over, like I'm just scanning. And so if there's like a word like what was it, the beginning? Oh, it says bring, but I was trying to say my mind was seeing something else, right? And so it throws me off completely. So it's not fully developed, but
I'm
getting there.
definitely clipping this, and the title is "Warrol Explains Reading."
Well, I don't know. I wasn't like that when I first started the channel reading news articles. I was, saying what I was reading in my mind, and then over time, I noticed my eyes would be way ahead than what was coming out of my mouth, and then in that, I started skipping over words or whatever. But
Right. No, for me, it was like the
Chris
opposite,
says we're
actually.
all assholes. LOL.
Yeah, right. When I was taught with like reading, especially as it relates to like public speaking, we were doing like stuff in school because like I was in like a lot of stuff like debate and like a lot of like the and now I consider like just gay kind of extracurriculars. But they
Yeah,
would do
not me.
things like
All I
they would
did was sleep through class and go to wrestling practice and baseball.
really so they would actually take away like our note cards, and you would get docked points if you ever faced like your presentation. So I just like got in the habit of like reading through something and like
Uh,
just paraphrasing it. So like understanding what the point is, and then
mhm.
not specifically even reading directly like what's off of the page. And dude, people would get docked points all the time. I can remember like you would, because we did things like senior presentations, and you would have to give like a good presentation like for your final. It's like your major final project when I was in high school, and it had to be like a 25-minute presentation, and you would get graded on like a rotating panel of judges from different teachers from around the school. And I can't tell you, like, this one guy got docked like 20 points purely because it was like 3 points, or no, it was like 4 points every time you look at your slides. So anytime that you would have actually like faced your presentation while you were talking or giving a presentation, they'd immediately dock you points for it. And he almost failed because he kept forgetting what he had to say. So he kept like looking at like his PowerPoint and then going back to it and like trying to go pick up where he was at. It was brutal, but it did help me with like public speaking. Like now
Nice.
it's very easy to do.
Yeah, I don't have the fear of public speaking. Sometimes my brain just don't work. I'm unmedicated ADHD, right? So just is what it is. I don't care. You guys can make fun of me.
But yeah, then obviously prayers out to Native Patriot. Hopefully this stops. But again,
And he
I
did
don't.
report. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just don't foresee this kind of narrative like changing. I really don't. I mean, as much as I see them all talk about how it's bad and negative, I don't see any kind of real expedient, quick solution that just makes this stop happening, overnight. Not until, I think Elmo had floated something like some kind of, counter AI that helps, filter things out if they can detect certain things from calls. But I think that might even be a little bit down the line before we get something firstly developed and then secondly actually implemented at a level of where it's actually beneficial and people like Native Patriot don't have to experience something like that. But like everything else with evil, right? It's like, yeah, you can take away the guns, they'll start stabbing you. You can take away the knives, so they'll start choking each other out with napkins. So for here, it's like they might figure out how to like stop swatting calls through food delivery apps, but maybe they find like a new way where, all of a sudden like Amazon won't leave your house. They're like, hey man, you ordered 18,000 packages from Amazon delivery. Like, get out here, dog.
The whole
You know?
semi pulls up. It's like, this is yours.
Right. Yeah. Walmart delivery semi truck comes out. They're like, hey man, I need someone to sign for like 18,000 piles of styrofoam. Like, what? Not gonna
Yeah.
order that. They'll just find new and more unique ways to do it because that's just how evil works.
Yeah, definitely. But he did reply, or he did also update and say that he has a relationship with this local police department, and everything was fine. Everybody was fine, and wasn't one of these extreme Owen Schroyer, take your shirt off, crawl backwards to us. No, you can't record, high intense moments where multiple people with weapons, pointed at a person and all that stuff. So at least there's a good ending to that, but it's a bummer. It's a bummer. We hate that this is happening, and they're just trying to stop us, and we won't be stopped. So